Hi, I'm Jeremy Jordan. I'm from Corpus Christi, Texas, and I'm currently in the MC drama Smash. I didn't know I wanted to be a performer until very sort of late in the game. I was always sort of a singer from middle school on, but I didn't catch the acting bug until like my junior year of high school. And long story short, I wanted to be like this crazy computer engineer and like change the world and invent things and, you know, write video game codes and do crazy nerdy stuff like that. But I went to like this huge camp and hated every second of it. I was like, I need to do something else in my life. And so I decided to go out on a limb and audition for acting school and musical theater school. And here I am. My very first audition for any sort of musical theater, anything, was when I auditioned for CCM for college. It was my first college audition. I started the monologue, and about a quarter of the way through, I could just feel all the moisture in my mouth just evaporating, and it was just... So I get through the monologue, and I'm like fully, you know, rasping the rest of the words out, and it comes time for anthem, which is, you know, high tenor song. And I get about 4 seconds into it and the notes just aren't there, and I'm just like singing air G's and air A flats. It was horrendous. Alright, well, the moral of that story is that I auditioned for other schools, and since that was my first one, I got that one out of the way, drank lots of water, and calmed my nerves, and I got into every other school I auditioned for. When I got to New York City, I already had an agent for my college showcase, but you know, they weren't sending me out for everything, and I wanted to go out for everything, and things that I wasn't right for, so I ended up going out for the Broadway company Rock of Ages to an EPA, which is basically another call for those of you who don't know. And just went in, I sang like a Journey song, and walked out, and I was like, okay, I did that. And about 3 or 4 weeks later, I got called in for swing role, which is like he understudies all of the parts, for the Broadway company. I was like, oh, okay, sure, I'm never gonna get this because I'm not right for any of it. And I think it was because I knew that I wasn't right for it and I wasn't gonna get it. I just went in there and with like reckless abandon, I was like, I'm just gonna go for it for the first time ever. Like I've always like been told like take risks, but I always kind of have to do it and still play it safe. So this was like the one time I decided to do risks, and I walked into the room and I started doing the first scene, and they looked kind of bored. I was like, okay, second scene. I like amped it up and I started making all these crazy choices, and they were like, what? That's strange. And then they had me sing, and I did this song, I Wanna Rock or something, which is like just this crazy rock, you know, song, and I basically turned it into like this insane trip, like acid trip, that I was running all over the audition room and I was knocking things over. I was like pushing things off the desk. I was like doing knee slides and like running into the reader and like making them dance with me. It was the most insane thing I've ever done, and I finished it and they all like sat there with their mouths agape, and the director was like, that was awesome. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave now, bye. And I had broken like a clothes rack that was hanging in the corner. It was intense. So, and I got the role. I got it. So for me, being a superstar or being successful, I guess, is just to feel like I'm always learning and growing, and that I'm doing what I perceive to be my best work, even if it's not great or it's not perfect. At least at that point, you always want to do the best that you can, and success for me is not, you know, becoming the, you know, people's, you know, top 100 list or anything, or, you know, being on E! News every night. I mean, that's success for a lot of people, or that's fame. I think that's different from, you know, being a superstar. I think if you are respected really for what you do. Well, the advice that I always give everybody is, and I learned this firsthand from that audition story, is take risks. Everybody, especially in an audition situation, everybody's gonna get the same thing that you got. You know, they're all gonna get the same side of the same song. And even if you're going in for an open call, you know, a lot of people are gonna sing the same version of what you're singing, even if it's a totally different song. So what you have to do is stand out. You know, these people are singing from 20 to 100 people a day. And you know, everybody's gonna be decent. Everybody's gonna be, maybe some people are gonna be better than others, but at the end of the day, you have to stand out. And I think taking risks is gonna do that. There's one story when I went to an open call. I remember one girl saying, "I can't say no" from Oklahoma, and the way she sang it, she literally couldn't say the word no. So she'd be like, "Can't say," and she'd like try to squeeze it out. It was the most brilliant thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So like things like that are what make you stand out. Everybody be sure to check out So You Want to Be a Superstar, the ultimate audition guide. I wish that I had something like this when I was a kid. I came from a relatively non-theatrical town in Texas, and somehow I made it to where I am, but this surely would have made it a lot easier. So be sure to check this out. And be sure to check me out on Smash, and then maybe sometime next year in the Last 5 Years movie, and I don't know, who knows what else.